I don't bloody know.
Honestly, so much trauma to unpack. I basically slept with a horse girl. That's basically the entire story. He said that he wanted to and then I got on my knee. Okay, Drew, shut up. By the way, being bi so great. By the way, yeah, being bi so great. Yeah. Hello sexy people, what is up? My name is Drew and the only acceptance you need is from yourself. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've never clicked on my channel before, this is a safe space where we discuss bisexuality, sexual empowerment, and how to love yourself. So definitely subscribe, press the like button, comment on this video, and turn the notification bell on because we are creating a self-love community and I would love for you to be a part of it. So, my first time with a guy, how did it go? Was it sexy? Was I on top? Was I on the bottom? Did I enjoy myself? You are literally going to find out in this episode of By the Way, which is a bi-weekly, see what I did there, series about how to love yourself as a bisexual. So subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more episodes. Today I thought I'd do a little story time and it's such a juicy story, and if you stick around to the end of the video I've got a special surprise. I always get so excited after I do the intro because it's like, okay cool, now we can get to the fun bits. So, my first time with a guy. Sex with a man was something that I definitely repressed so much. And any thoughts that I had towards men or being intimate with men were always wrapped around in shame, which is really sad and part of the reason why I repressed my sexuality for so long. Now, my first sexual experience with a guy is what I count as trauma, so if you want to hear about that abusive situation, let me know in the comments and I'll do another story time. So, after that experience, I found myself to be very repressing of my sexuality, and I'm linked everything to do with being gay and interaction with men as something bad that I shouldn't do. When I was at university, sadly, I found myself to be in that position where I didn't feel comfortable with owning the bisexual label, and I thought that I should just stick to being straight. I'll get a girlfriend, I'll have sex with girls, I'll go to the clubs, I'll chat with birds, and no one will know that secretly.
Oh my god.
No one would know my secret, which is that I like guys. I really distinctly remember being in my last year of university and I was at a party and I was looking at all the straight boys and I was like, I don't even want to be straight. I was like, I don't want to be straight, I know I'm not gay, so I need to start owning and loving the fact that I am bisexual.
Let's go back to the story.
After I had those thoughts at the party, I kind of realised that I didn't want to die without having some dick inside me. In 2018, the summer of, I was in my final year of university and I'd actually just finished all my studies, everything like that. So my friend Jess had just come up from London and she was spending the weekend, I think, with me in university in Bournemouth. And all my time in Bournemouth, I knew about a place called the Triangle. Now, the Triangle is essentially the Soho of Bournemouth. I use that term very loosely because it's literally about 3 gay bars that are in one certain area of the town centre. I'd spent the entirety of my time at university completely in the closet, completely just trying to be as straight as possible. I had a girlfriend, that didn't work out. All my friends were straight. I had no kind of queer influences or really, and still, to be honest, quite a lot of internal shame when it came to my sexuality. It was something that I would explore through watching porn, but in my personal life, I think I just got to the point where I'd actually selected men as well as women on Tinder, which was a big thing at the time. So I was slowly kind of trying to come to terms with my sexuality, but I was definitely taking it slowly. which I would recommend for anyone. You know, it's important to feel comfortable, and it's important to not push yourself to do something that you're not ready for. So me and my friend Jess, who came down for the weekend, we were just chilling, having some drinks, not really knowing what we were going to do that night. And we actually both decided that we were going to go to this gay bar. Now, I'd never been in this gay bar before, but I had heard of it. So we went in, and I don't know what was playing, but it was very like cheesy, kind of like. So basically there was this trans guy there, and who introduced me to his friends, and we kind of did a three-way kiss, which I feel like is a very queer thing to do, like a queer venue thing to do. I feel like the only times I've ever done that has been at gay clubs. But we were on the dance floor, we were shaking, we were grooving, and this one guy, we were dancing and getting with each other. And it was really hot, like I really enjoyed it. He was just dancing and we were grinding or whatever. Anyway, it kind of got towards the end of the night, and he gave me his number, and I actually saved him in my phone as his name. We're gonna call him Adam, and then gay bar on my phone. And then me and my friend Jess, we left the venue. It was quite late, I think it was probably like 1 or 2 in the morning. And we actually went to the beach, and I went in the sea swimming, which is probably a really dangerous thing to do. But I didn't really give a fuck because I was drunk. So we were in the sea, I got in the sea, got out the sea, went home, and my friend Jess was sleeping downstairs. I was sleeping in my bedroom, and I was laying there, and I was just thinking to myself, why not? I was like, literally, why not? And allowing myself to get to that position when for so many years I've repressed my sexuality, particularly with my experience that I had before from men, was kind of a big deal. But I think I just got to the point where it was the end of uni, I just wanted to do it, and I just thought, why not? So I started texting this guy. I wish I had the text messages to show you, but it was basically just me being like, hey, nice to meet you tonight. And he was like, yeah, you too, like, where do you live? And I told him where I live. I was like, why don't you come round? And he was like, okay then, I'll be 15 minutes. And I was like, okay, cool. So bearing in mind, because it's summer, it's getting light outside now. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. He was definitely drinking and driving, which is, drinking and driving is really bad. Anyway, so he arrived in my house, and basically, just for context, I had a really, really big bedroom with a bay window in my like uni house. So I was like sitting, I was looking to see when he would come. And when he came in, none of my housemates knew that I was bi. None of my housemates, like, there was a part of me that was scared to actually have any of my housemates see that I was in bed with a guy. And I was even trying to figure out some crazy story to be like, oh, he's my friend from home, he stayed round, or like just something fucking crazy. As soon as he came in, I was like, shut the door, shut the door. And then we like went to my room, and we were both really quiet. We literally didn't even speak. I don't even think I even knew his name at that point, or even knew anything about him. But we just started kissing, and it was really, really hot. He was around the same height as me, so we were just kissing, and then like took off each other's clothes, and then I got on my knees. I started sucking it, and it was just the most amazing feeling because I was actually voluntarily sucking his dick. Like, I wanted to do it. And I think because of what happened to me when I was younger, I always had this weird association with dick, like the smell of dick, the thought of dick, pubes. It just always kind of linked into the trauma. So to be on my knees sucking his dick just felt so liberating and so good. So we did that for a bit, and then we ended up in my bed. He said that he wanted to fuck me, so he put a condom on and we lubed it up. we just started going for it. And at first we started slow and then we started to go faster. That was weird actually, because the first time in my life I actually had a penis inside me. So when you're having sex with someone with a vagina, you are putting yourself in their body. And for the first time in my life, I was actually experiencing it the other way round, because the penis was going inside my body. It felt nice, I really did enjoy it, but it was just so weird allowing someone else into your body instead of just being the one putting your thing in their body. To be in that position, it was kind of, it almost felt to be quite vulnerable, but also kind of sexy, because the person that I was having sex with was taking control. Oh my god, this story is making me horny. This story is making me H-word, what the fuck? I've been in isolation for too long, I need to get some. Anywho, so he said, oh, do you want to fuck me? And I'd already come. So that didn't happen. Just kind of laid into bed with each other. I figured out I didn't even know his name. So he told me what his name is. As I said, we'll say his name's Adam. I said, you know, my name's Drew, whatever. And I went up, and I remember this really vividly. I walked up, got out of bed, and I went to the mirror. And he just looked at me and went, you're straight, aren't you? And I literally, my heart dropped. And I was like, how, like, what? You think I'm straight? He was like, yeah, I know you're straight. And honestly, that was just the most craziest thing, because my entire life, from the age about 10 till however old I was then, like 21, 22, everyone had always said, oh, are you gay? You're gay. You must be gay. Are you gay? And for the first time in my entire life, someone was like, oh, you're straight, aren't you? And I was literally, I was shook. I was so shook. And I think I made a joke. I was like, you do know there's like hair rollers and a dress in my drawer from when we did fancy dress last week or something. And he was like, oh, haha, like, yeah, but you are straight though. And I was like, maybe. Not to say that, you know, being straight is a validating thing or that we should aspire to heterosexuality, but for me, having been called gay my whole life, to finally have someone acknowledge the fact that I was straight was just very strange and very odd. We found out that we were both from Scotland. Both his parents were from Scotland and my dad's from Scotland. He was interested in horses. He had his own horse or something. So I was like, okay, cool. Horse girl. I basically slept with a horse girl. That's basically the entire story. But yeah, it just made me feel really liberated. It made me feel very nice. And once I actually did it, I just found myself able to fit a lot of things into place. It wasn't that I liked men and women. It was that I liked the dominance and the playing of being submissive and dominant with both men, women, and that I would later find out all expressions of gender. We didn't speak after that. I sneakily snuck him out the house. My friend actually woke up the next day having no idea that happened, so I had to fill her in. None of my housemates found out either, and I didn't tell them. All in all, it was a really liberating experience, and I'm really glad that it happened how it did. I mean, I never spoke to the guy after that. I had him on Snapchat and he occasionally uploads snaps, but whatever. The sex wasn't mind-blowing. It wasn't crazy. It didn't change my life. But the fact that it was consensual and the fact that I was able to share intimacy with a guy and not feel bad about myself was really cool. So yeah, that's my first time with a guy. Advice for anyone that wants to try having sex for the first time with someone of the same gender as them, I would say go slow, don't rush it. Like, don't feel that you need to just get it out of the way and get it done, because I definitely didn't do that, and it just all happened at the right time for me. I felt like I was in a place where I wanted to try it more than I was scared of other people's reaction. And after doing it and taking control, I did feel kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. I did feel kind of cool. I felt kind of bad. I felt kind of rebellious. And yeah, it was just a cool experience. So, practical advice, I'd say use lubrication 100%. If you feel like you're gonna top, great. If you feel like you're gonna bottom, great. Like, don't put any shame or stigma in you receiving dick. Like, there's literally no shame in that. And really just enjoy. I didn't vocalize with the guy that it was my first time, but if you feel like you want to do that, then 100% go for it. Making sure you're with someone and you feel that you can tell them when you feel uncomfortable is also really important. Like, at points he was maybe thrusting quite fast, and I was like, slow down, slow down. So definitely vocalize if you're feeling uncomfortable at any point. But ultimately, I wish I enjoyed having sex with guys sooner, because once you get it out of the way, like once I experienced that, it's definitely something that I came back to having, and now I can happily enjoy intimacy with a guy as much as I can with a girl and not feel any kind of shame or stigma around it. Sex is beautiful. It's an exchange of energy between two people, and no matter who you're experiencing that energy exchange with, there is no stigma and there is no shame. It is literally sex, and sex is a form of expression. And being bisexual, we need to express all of our sexuality. From that moment, it was also a massive turning point for me, because I started to slowly tell people that I was bisexual and that I had sex with guys. And yeah, it just led me to have more sexy times, and it was really, really cool. I loved it.
I bloody loved it, I did. I was sitting dead on the regular after that, my darling.
Oh my god, I haven't even told you the best bit. So, I said at the start of the video, I've got a special surprise, and I actually do. This is an Xbox which contains memorabilia from my exes. And when the guy was leaving, he was in a bit of a rush because he had to ride his horse or something, and he left his sock. So this is literally the sock of the guy that took my virginity. It still smells like him. I miss him. On my own, pretending he's beside me. When I lose my way, I close my eyes. So yeah, that's the end of the video. I really hoped you enjoyed listening to my story. I hope it's helped you in some way. I really can't stress this enough. Your sexuality is your greatest power, and it is your greatest gift. If you're having a hard time coming to terms with your bisexuality, your sexuality don't need to change. It's the relationship with yourself that does. Really appreciate you for watching this video and hanging out with me. Definitely let me know in the comments what thing you want me to talk about next on By the Way. There's honestly so much trauma to unpack and so much self-love to spread. So let's get in the algorithm and let's keep this going. But definitely, if you want to stay updated, follow me on Instagram. You can also follow me on TikTok. My TikTok is Wise and Manly. My Instagram is Drew Wiley. Give me a follow, stay updated, and I will see you in the next video. Sending you so much love. Mwah. Love you. Yo, I love being bi. Hey, say goodbye to hatred. Hey, say hello to self-love. Hey. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Okay, cool.